Hi everyone, this is Todd DeRosa, and today I'd like to talk about a solution I recently designed using Salesforce.com for the healthcare imaging space. The solution solves a requirement for healthcare professionals who are conducting a clinical study where imaging is done for a patient such as MRI or ultrasound, and then information needs to be recorded about the scan by at least 2 doctors, also known as readers. Sometimes the information recorded doesn't match with what the other image readers recorded. When this happens, the readers need to either resolve their discrepancy or call in a third reader to adjudicate. The solution I designed in Salesforce.com allows an image photographer to record visit information for the patient and submit scanned images that are attached to the patient record. It allows the administrator to set up study forms for data entry by the image readers, determine which fields on the study form need to be compared and how to do the comparison, apply the correct forms to the right study, and assign the study forms to the appropriate readers for the study. In addition, the solution allows the readers to fill out only the forms that belong to them, submit the form for comparison without being able to see the other readers' results, receive feedback when there are field discrepancies between the readers, and finally, request a third reader to adjudicate differences when discrepancies cannot be resolved. The comparison results are then stored on the patient record. Finally, at the conclusion of the study, the pharmaceutical study coordinator captures the data for further analysis. This ends the business part of the presentation. Now, if you'll give me a minute, I need to put on my developer clothes. Okay, much more comfy. Now for a snippet of technical data on how the solution was implemented. To get under the covers of the most interesting part of this solution, we will look at the study, form setup, and comparison process. For this solution, the forms are designed for constant change because of the different requirements a pharmaceutical company can have for each study. In one study, they may need a form with 50 data fields, and in another, they may need 100, or even 400. Study forms are created as a Salesforce.com custom object that an administrator can manipulate. The administrator can add fields and arrange them into different page layouts for different study needs. The comparison engine code doesn't need to change when fields are added by an administrator because the system uses Apex Describe to know what fields to compare every time it runs. In other words, any new fields that are created by the administrator are automatically picked up by the comparison engine, saving setup time and development cost. In addition, the administrator can use the standard field validation rules, dependent pick lists, and required fields to enhance the functionality of study forms. The comparison engine has 4 options for form field result comparison. These options are specified for each study so that the comparison option can be different for each study if needed. The options are by a percentage variance. This allows 2 different numeric fields to be within a percentage variance of each other. By absolute value variance. This allows 2 different numeric fields to be within a number range of each other. If a field is measuring something in millimeters, then you can specify how many millimeters one reading is different from the second for an acceptable comparison. By exact match. This can apply to numeric, string, pick list, multi-pick list, and date fields. This is the default when no other comparison option is specified and a field is populated on a form. Finally, no comparison. The comparison engine also looks at a field prefix to know if it'll skip fields for notes, comments, and observations that should not be compared. So just to wrap this up, study forms can be created and edited by an administrator without code changes, and the comparison engine will compare fields in one of 4 ways that best suits the needs of each study. This concludes the technical discussion on healthcare form comparison. I hope this was useful and helped you to see the parts of the solution in a different way than just reading. If you want more information regarding the healthcare form comparison solution, please send me an email at tderosa@tderosa.com. This is Todd DeRosa saying bye for now, and thanks for listening.